Now it's your turn.
Nope. Get off! Get off me! Get off me!
65-year-old Deborah Jones was peacefully sitting in her own car when, without warning, deputies initiated immediate and excessive force. The deputies were not enforcing the law, but rather their own personal feelings about the banking system.
And we're not helping him, we're just stopping you from preventing him from doing his job. Because guess what? If he couldn't repo this car, then nobody would be able to finance the car. That's the only reason we're able to finance cars through banks. It's because of repo drivers. That's how financing works.
This has really just ruffled my feathers, and you know that I'm going to go to the next level.
According to the federal lawsuit Jones filed, Harris County Sheriff's Office has a culture of violence. I've reported about that before.
You are absolutely right. You are allowed to be right there. But then we can hope for is a fixing to buy a car. But other than that, Are you serious? I am serious.
If I see any of my stuff published,
That's all we can hope for is if he steps foot on your property, I will take him to jail.
I'm not going to get on their property.
I hope you do.
You're not going to have the opportunity to take me to jail. You hope I get run over by a car? You hope I do something illegal so you can arrest me?
That is absolutely right. Because I can't do anything with you right
I'm done
here.
with you. You want to treat me like I'm trash. I hope you get run over out in the street. That is completely
I don't care what
inappropriate.
happens to you.
Did you get it for YouTube? Did you get it for YouTube? Damn.
In a civilized country, financial disputes would be fairly resolved in court. But that would eat into the profit margins of banks and other loan sharks. I mean lenders. Texas law allows secured lenders to repossess collateral without a court order. But there is a catch. The self-help repossession may occur only if it proceeds without breach of the peace. Since the police were called, that requirement was likely no longer met. Shortly after arriving and without any meaningful investigation, deputies confronted Jones's ex-husband.
give me the paperwork, please.
It's in my laptop.
This car. Okay, I'm not concerned about who's owning the car right now. I'm concerned about who's paying the payments.
We are.
Okay, so we're going to verify right now with his paperwork, okay? Because legally, if he has the proper paperwork, we cannot deny him.
So breaching the peace is something that he's allowed to do?
I don't see how he's reached the peace yet. I see you standing on top of a record driver truck.
Oh, that's because I didn't want to fall and break my neck.
Well, you could get down on the solid ground if you wanted.
As soon as he puts the car down.
Well,
Because one of the things that he can't do is he can't breach the peace.
You just can't breach the peace, like you said. I don't see him doing that. They can enter private property. They just cannot damage anything, and they cannot breach the peace. You can look that up right now. It's Texas law. I do this all night. This law is in place that protects them. It's the state law right now.
So you don't care what protects me then?
I don't care what happened. It's just the law.
Look, sir, it's an unfortunate situation, but he already has the car hooked up.
Yeah, we can't do anything. We can't help you, and we're not helping him. We're just stopping you from preventing him from doing his job.
He can't enter private
He can
property.
enter private
but
property.
he can't breach the peace.
No, he cannot.
So at what particular point is it considered a breach?
Causing a disturbance.
Yeah, right now, you're the only one that's causing a disturbance.
Wait a minute. I'm the one that's causing the
You're
disturbance.
on his tow truck.
Excuse me, I'm on his tow truck simply because I'm trying to keep myself from being bodily injured after I was on this car.
Yeah, but he owns this car. You don't right now. If he has the proper documentation.
How does he own this
Because
car?
he's working in behalf of whatever company financed this car. And until you pay this car off, that company owns more of the car than you do. That's how financing works. It's the truth.
Sir.
Yes, Officer Delgado.
Look, you're on his tow truck. You're on his property right now. I'm trying to prevent you. Look, I don't want to detain you, but I'm getting pretty close to detaining you.
Because I'm trying to tell you that.
Look, you're on his property right now.
No, his property is on mine.
Right.
What we want to happen is that you get off, he does his job, you go pay off the car, and you get the car later today. That's all you need to do.
That's what you guys want.
I don't care. I want that for you. I want you to get your vehicle back.
Straight. What I'm saying, you're saying that I'm the one that's in the wrong at this particular point.
You're on his tow truck, man. He needs to leave.
But he breached the peace. Correct?
Sir, you're the only one out here causing a disturbance.
Yes, sir. And he called us, so.
But you said he can't breach the peace, correct? And I'm asking you so that I can point out to you at a specific point when he did breach the peace.
So when did he
Would you like me to go get the two witnesses?
Get off the tow truck, bro. Please.
Would you like me to get the two witnesses?
Sure. Stop exaggerating.
We have body cameras, man.
According to the man, he was on top of the car when the tow truck driver lifted it. That sounds dangerous, and explains why the vehicle is at such an extreme angle.
When I was sitting on the fender, when I was sitting on the rear of the car when he was pulling it, he jacked it up. I had no choice but to land on his. Do you understand? I don't know if I'm explaining it correctly.
Okay, give me 1 second.
The police did not suspect the man of a crime.
What's my
charge, Delgado? Of them?
You?
Yeah.
You're not. I don't think he's charged with anything, is he? He's calmed down. Realistically, all he was standing on the back of the tow truck and he didn't want to get off. Okay. So I'm like, hey, get off.
I mean, I told you, like, what am I being charged with? I'm like,
I told you, like, what am I being charged with? I'm like, as of right now, pretty much nothing.
he floated the line of the law.
I mean, he's good with us. We're gonna have to cut him loose. Cut him loose?
What about him?
I mean, he didn't do anything.
Local police exist to enforce the power structure. It's not about law and order. Instead of keeping everybody safe, the police will hurt you without hesitation and without provocation. This was not an urgent matter. Actually, there was nothing for the police to enforce. The bank could have filed a lawsuit and came back later with a court order. But why would those in power follow the law when they can simply call the police for them to breach the peace for them?
Would you like EMS?
No, please.
Would you like EMS? Would you like EMS?
For what? He didn't hit himself. Why you gotta complicate things, man?
Complicate things? Motherfucker, you pushed me and I hit my face on the
You did
ground.
not hit your face, okay?
Fuck you!
You see this?
Pull your own motherfucking face camera.
You see this? You see this thing? It's a body camera. What do you think it's on my chest? It's a body camera.
Yes, and my face hit the motherfucking ground.
Being so dramatic, man.
Actually, I had a really good view of him not hitting his face.
Deputy Delgado's body camera appears to show the man hitting his face on the pavement. Since Delgado was grabbing his right arm, he could not use that to break his fall. No warning was given prior to the use of force. He was not told he was detained or under arrest. When he said he would get 2 witnesses to explain the prior breach of the peace, Delgado immediately assaulted him.
Would you like me to get the
Sure.
2 witnesses?
Sure. Stop exaggerating.
Oh, now I'm detained.
Well, you got handcuffs on you.
Based on what crime?
Just hold him here, and I'll go for that. Or not.
And he was refusing to get off the guy's tow truck, so I grabbed him, and I tried pulling him off, pushed him off. He fell. He claims he hit his face, but he didn't. And so we detained him to get him off the guy's tow truck.
The tow truck driver put the car down and disengaged. That's when Miss Jones got into her own vehicle without creating a disturbance or saying anything at all. The tow truck driver should have left since an obvious breach of the peace already occurred. Instead, he hooked up to the car again. Why go through the court system when you can utilize America's culture of violence for minor, non-urgent matters?
If you're not going to enforce the laws, abide by the laws, and you don't have a problem breaking the laws, then how are people supposed to trust that whatever decisions you make are going to be fair? Court debut today.
Dee Jones posts videos about her fight for justice to her Instagram, Numero Queen. And, like most grandmas, she celebrates the success of her grandkids, who recently qualified for the Junior Olympics at the University of Oregon.
They're going to give 100%, if not more, and we are so proud of them. We are all going to regionals in the next couple of weeks. What am I hearing? Woo! You had no jurisdiction and you had no right. And that's what we have to continue to fight for.
The lawsuit claims Jones was not a suspect because she was not committing any criminal actions. Still, the deputies treated her lower than a criminal suspect immediately without provocation, disregarding an elderly black woman's humanity completely, and jumped to the use of force, skipping all other reasonable steps they could have taken, in line with HCSO's culture of violence. Deputy Ribbe immediately went hands-on without any warning, without providing any instructions, and without provocation.
Now it's your turn.
Nope. Get off! Get off me! Get off me!
Stop. Get out.
Get off me.
Get out of the
Get
vehicle.
off. Get off.
Get out of the vehicle.
Get off.
Man.
No. Get off.
Get out of the vehicle.
Mother, you better get off me. I'm pressing harassment charges.
I don't want to hurt you.
Get off. Then you better let me go.
No.
You better let me go. I'm calling right now and file a report against you.
You know her?
Get off.
Can you talk? Can you talk?
What? And call the police. Get off my finger.
Same company tried to sue. Same company tried this last night.
Stop.
Ma'am.
Get her hands. Get her hands.
We call my attorney.
Ma'am.
You better get off me. Get off. Get off. Why you fighting me? You fucking did me. You said you got your hands on me. Stop.
Come on.
She just hit me, man. She's trying to bite me again.
I'm trying to get up.
She's trying to get
I'm
out.
trying to get up.
Bro, I got a bite mark on my fucking hand.
Give me my purse and let me up. I'm calling my federal attorney right now. Get off.
Come on, man.
Get off.
Mom, stop struggling. See her.
Get off.
Struggling. See her.
Get off. Get off my goddamn
I
hair.
gotta try to stay in her legs.
Stop.
Mom, stop struggling.
Tape it. Tape it. Tape it. Tape it, Steve.
Can you get her?
Ow. Tape it. Tape it right now.
Here, Steve, you want to take something? Take this bite mark on my hand. Take that.
Ow, Charlie! Ow! Charlie, that really hurt.
The officers charged her with felony assault on a public servant, but it seemed like more of a joke to them.
Sarge, I got a boo-boo too. Does that count?
Take pictures.
No. I'm just kidding.
So I can't type, so you're going to take primary.
Yeah. Lieutenant actually called us and said it.
It's a good charge.
Yeah, I don't break this game. Looks alright. You sure you don't want us to do some kind of report on it?
Sure, why not?
Hey, you just let them look at your wrist too while you're down there.
Okay.
I'm just telling you to make your case better. Well,
Are you feeling better now?
Actually, no, I wanted my donut and my coffee before all of this.
Assaulting individuals for no reason at all. And then they wind up turning around charging people with it to try to justify their actions.
The deputies were not done violating rights. When Jones's son attempted to film the police, he was pushed back and detained to a specific location where he could not capture meaningful audio and video of the official acts of the deputies.
is that the record of it?
No, he's not. He's, I guess, one of their family members. So there's just two phones out recording.
What's your name, sir?
My name is Steve.
Okay, Steve. I'm gonna give you some advice. I would stay very close, or very far away from the store. If you touch the store handle, you go to jail as well.
No, I'm not.
I don't want that to happen to you. Do me a favor. If you want to wait, just wait over there.
Because the car is under my name. I'm the one.
Supervisor and everybody's coming. If you want to be on scene, wait over there. Did you get it for YouTube? Did you get it for YouTube? Damn.
Here, take a picture of my bite mark.
I got you. If you would like to remain on scene until a supervisor arrives, please wait over there. If not, please leave the scene. Is that fair? Okay then, thank you.
Where are they?
You're not a good listener, Steve. You're not a good listener. A sergeant is coming who can solve all of your problems. A brass badge will be here very soon. Nobody is leaving. Nobody is leaving here.
Out of the truck.
Cool. That truck is staying here. The tow truck's staying here. He's staying here. She's staying here. You remain here until a sergeant comes here. Is that fair? I've asked you several times.
Yeah.
Can you stop agitating everybody? Just relax.
Not really agitated.
Okay, but you're speaking to him. You don't need to speak to him.
No, I'm done speaking. I'm speaking with my wife on the phone.
Okay, but you're still yelling around our scene. I'm just asking you very respectfully. A sergeant is coming. Just please wait, and he'll speak to you. Okay? Nobody's leaving.
But he can't take pictures of us.
No. Of her injuries.
Instead of enforcing the law without bias, police arrived to calls with a predetermined outcome. They provoked targeted people into committing a crime so the police can play the victim. District attorneys endorse and support this scheme when they consistently file contempt of cop add-on charges when there was no primary offense. Patrol officers do not investigate. They do not care about getting to the truth. Evidence does not matter unless it fits their agenda. The police were very transparent about that on scene.
Like I said, we're not time travelers. We can only go by what we've seen and what the call slip says.
Doesn't the law foretell states that if the tow truck driver breaches the peace, that they're supposed to drop the vehicle and leave?
Well, they're not supposed to breach the peace in general.
Right, but they've already breached the peace.
No, ma'am, they're conducting a repo.
Right, which is they also breached the peace in the process.
If that's considered breaching the peace, ma'am, then there's no such thing as a repo, and nobody will be able to finance the vehicle.
We already dealt with this before. They did breach the peace when they started to threaten the person that was there.
Okay, and whoever repo driver did that is could be criminally liable. I wasn't there on that scene. I cannot speak for that. However, what we observed from tonight, or this morning, I'm sorry, when we got here, and from the call, we have no evidence the repo driver breached the peace. He stayed away from everybody. The only people that breached the peace were the two people that are detained as of right now.
Indeed, when the deputies arrived, they immediately started enforcing their feelings without even pretending to investigate. Only after they took extreme action did the deputies initiate a minimal investigation half an hour later in an attempt to justify their use of force.
Hey, bro, can I get your ID?
Calm down here.
Please calm down now. Let me get the vehicle license plate before I forget.
Well, you have everything, but... All right, man, I'm gonna need a copy of your stuff.
Email to you?
Yes. Everything you have. I just sent you the repo. Man, I wasn't supposed to be sweating today, did you?
The deputies did not verify the state license of the tow truck company or the driver. They did not contact the lender to verify the information. There was no court order. The lender unilaterally determined Jones to be in default. The police automatically sided with the repo man and refused to consider exculpatory evidence.
Right, but we also heard him breach the peace by threatening the
Okay, well, ma'am, if there's any criminal charges or any civil litigation pending from this, any evidence that you have, you can use in a trial of law, okay? Neither me nor the other deputy have any evidence the peace is broken by the repo driver, and we acted accordingly. If you have further evidence, then you're more than welcome to, who's that? Oh, you're more than welcome to use it in a court of law, either civil or criminal, depending on what you need.
Police can do whatever they want. They are rarely questioned for their actions. If they get it wrong, whatever. They have qualified immunity for that. Very few people get their day in court. It's expensive and out of reach for the masses. And even if you win, you don't get unbeat up. Jones's attorney, Drew Willey of Restoring Justice, evaluated the reasonableness of the use of force per the county's own policies. The lawsuit claims the use of force was obviously unreasonable. However, the deputies were not disciplined. The deputies' actions were in line with the culture of violence, lies, cover-up, and code of silence prevalent throughout HCSO. The lawsuit did a great job documenting the lies Delgado told the District Attorney Intake Division to get the charge approved.
Okay.
I thought on a public servant.
Yes, ma'am. Okay, so I got dispatched here to a disturbance at an apartment complex where a vehicle was being repoed. Upon arrival, the vehicle was already on the tow truck, and the owner of the vehicle was on top of the tow truck, refusing to get down. After a few, I was able to, I had to force him down. I'm like, hey, small tugs, and I got him down. And I was detaining him. And at that point, when I was detaining him and placing him in the back seat, that guy's wife ran into the vehicle that was being repoed as it was already hooked up and the record driver was about to leave. She hopped in the vehicle, so we told her, hey, you just can't jump in the vehicle when the record driver's about to leave. And she was being very belligerent that she wasn't going to get off. So me and my partner, we told her, hey, you got to get out of the car because it's being, it's already hooked up. So I reached in and I grabbed her hand off the steering wheel. We spoke to her for a little bit, and then we told her, hey, we're going to remove you out of the vehicle. So as we were trying to remove her, I had my hand on her wrist, trying to get her hand off of the steering wheel. And at that point, she bit me on the wrist, it hurt. It caused me pain and discomfort, and it left a good bite imprint on my wrist. And so we had to force her off, and then we had to put her on the ground, and then she kept on trying to bite my leg. But she only bit me the one time on my wrist, and I'm trying to get assault on PO charges on public service. Okay.
Jones has no criminal history and had never been to jail. The ADA and deputies sounded surprised that she wasn't in the system.
I'm not showing that she's in the system at all.
I couldn't find her in the system in Harris County.
Okay. Nonetheless, we'll go ahead and set those charges.
The district attorney could stop blue lies by placing officers on the Brady list, But the DA is only half the problem. Most court-appointed and privately hired defense attorneys are a joke. Instead of clearing their clients and holding the police accountable, they push innocent defendants to take conviction pleas. Or sometimes they do nothing. And that's exactly what Jones's court-appointed attorney did. Nothing. He admitted it in a text message. If police misconduct is never challenged in the criminal courts, officers have no incentive to follow the law. There is no pressure to do better police work when defendants are getting convicted en masse under the current system. For over a year, Jones was strung along with no movement on her case. Her attorney didn't even file a boilerplate discovery demand. The court refused to rule on her motions requesting a new attorney. Finally, Restoring Justice took up her case. With a bit of real defense work, they got the case dismissed at the next court date. However, Harris County continues to deny her justice.
It is so obviously wrong, and it sickens me that they hide up under this qualified immunity and don't want to be held accountable for their actions.
The Harris County attorney claims the officers are entitled to qualified immunity, and they seek to dismiss her lawsuit. That's also why we have the body camera shown in this report. The deputies filed it as a defense exhibit. They say the body camera shows Deputy Delgado quickly strike the plaintiff on the left side of her face. I guess that's supposed to help them somehow? In their brief, the police fabricate numerous fantasies that they say should exonerate them. They do not purport these descriptions to be their actual thought processes or actions. Nope. These are made-up hypothetical theories they claim are reasonable excuses for the officers' actions. Perhaps the most ridiculous is the defense theory that the officers should be granted immunity because after they went hands-on, Jones protested. Basically, the police beat you up and then use your understandably negative reaction to justify their force. They argue plaintiff engaged in a confrontational tirade with the deputies, thereby leading to the breach of the peace, which resulted in a physical confrontation and a loud disturbance. Plaintiff is heard loudly refusing to obey the deputies' repeated commands to calm down. Arguing with them, this conflicts with controlling precedent Houston versus Hill, which clearly establishes the right to verbally challenge the police. But the police love to turn speech into a crime. To justify qualified immunity, in addition to disorderly conduct, Harris County offers a laundry list of crimes where the police officers are the victim, including disobeying an officer, interference, resisting arrest, assault on a deputy, and community caretaking standard. The deputies argue that they were not trying to seize Jones for any suspected crime when they went hands-on. Actually, they offer no justification for going hands-on. It's barely mentioned in their brief. They state only that Deputy Ribbe approaches the car and opens the door to remove the plaintiff from the car to maintain the peace. They provided no citation or analysis to support their conduct. Further discrediting their motion to dismiss, Harris County claimed as fact, both deputies approached the plaintiff and calmly tried to reason with the plaintiff to exit the vehicle, and the officers attempted to reason with her and that they did not immediately resort to force. Finally, and I'm not sure if this is an attempt at satire, they claim the deputies were attempting to safely remove her from the vehicle.
We were actually as calm as we possibly could have been. I mean, we gave them every opportunity.
Within minutes, the sergeant arrived to start defending the actions of the deputies.
Hello? Hey, Sergeant Willis, sorry to bother you so early.
Oh, you're in. Let me see your arm.
So, that's where I got bit.
Oh, right here on the,
yeah.
Right on the edge. Okay. Did you take pictures of it?
Yeah, I took pictures of it.
Is the record officer still here?
Yeah, he's
We need to get his information also.
Yeah.
He's a witness to all this. Delgado.
Yes, sir.
All right. You got your pictures? Did you call the DA yet?
Not just yet. I was just getting on my ducks.
So you got to download your body cameras, both of you. Email me the photographs before you put them in Adams. So you got to email them to me first so that I can attach them to the blue team.
Yes, sir.
All right?
Yes, sir.
You got it all figured out? And where's EMS at? Delgado, my boy, man.
He's been on day shift. Been on day shift too long.
I know, right?
Okay, but she's in custody because they accepted charges.
They did?
Yeah, on her, yes.
Okay.
So.
Good. What about him? Well, I mean, that's fine. I told her we were going to file charges on him. I'd write him a ticket for disorderly conduct.
Disorderly conduct.
If Sergeant Willis looks familiar, it might be from this video.
How you doing?
Doing good. Hey, James, go stand by your car.
Yes, sir.
How are you?
Okay, so
What's going on?
got these guys. I'm not armed. Okay,
I
all I
understand.
got is a camera. The attitude that I got from him, he's standing here saying that he hopes somebody runs me over out here, or that I do something stupid so he can arrest me. The attitude that I got from him was totally inappropriate. I don't need to go downtown. I don't need to go down to Baker Street and do a complaint, which they end up in the trash can anyway. We all know that. Unionized police. What can you do? But so we'll just do the line complaint. Let you handle this with him. I understand it's hot. I understand short tempers get short, but that is completely inappropriate. Completely inappropriate. Okay. Which they end up in the trash can anyway. We all know that.
The government's argument is that you must obey the police at all times, even when you are not suspected of a crime. You must obey the same police officers who fail to follow their own policies and rarely face significant punishment when they get things wrong. If that's the reality, then we do not live in a free country. It's an authoritarian state in which the dumbest and most violent lowly bureaucrats have total control over your life, including ending it without any judicial finding of guilt. Since officers have complete authority over our daily lives, their actions should receive enormous scrutiny. Instead, the government almost always grants its officers immunity, even when they hurt people. Like when Ribbe held her head back while Delgado sucker punched her in the face.
See, but we gotta call you a mess since I did punch her. And
Borrowing from the lawsuit, alarmingly, the deputies actually created the violence, utterly failing any resemblance of proper de-escalation. And I think that is the most troubling part about this story for me. The violence. When I previously thought local police departments were beneficial to society, it was because I thought they kept us safe. And by safe, I mean specifically and only the prevention of violence. However, I now realize that, like in this instance, the police routinely initiate and create violence over insignificant or even non-issues. Innocent people are being hurt by the very people we traded in our liberty to for safety. It happened to Jones. It happened to me. Don't pretend that it can't happen to you.